Hello friends, let's start another video on calculation groups. This video was based on a question posted on my another calculation groups video, and someone asked this question, so that's the reason why I'm doing this video. Let's get to Power BI and take a look at what actually the question is. So this in Power BI, what we have is a calculation group called time intelligence, and it has three standard things: MTD, QTD, YTD. So under each time intelligence calculation item, we are seeing the respective values. We are seeing the sales per month, and here we are seeing the running total quarter to date sales, and then here YTD for sales, and whatever the measure we use, again, because of calculation groups, whatever measure we drop on the value section, we will see the MTD, QTD, and YTD calculation for that measure. Now the question was, user want to hide the order count column in case of QTD. Again, this is just an example. I don't know the reasoning behind that, but they want to hide the order count column in the case of QTD, but show in other cases as well. So whatever the use case could be, but the point is they want to hide one single column within a specific calculation item. So one way is, there's actually many ways to solve for this. So I'm going to go with the calculation groups route, but there are other ways to do as well. And also actually there are two ways to do within the calculation groups as well. And I will show you the difference between one over another. And rest I will leave it up to you guys. How other way you can solve it, maybe that will be something for you guys to share in the comments of this video. Okay, so the one, usually the way you come is like an order count. You can say, okay, you know what, I can if this is my measure, I can tell here, okay, if my selected value for my time intelligence period, that is what is our calculation group is equal to QTD or not equal to QTD, and then don't return any value, otherwise give the distinct count. It works, but the only problem is the value is blank now. As you can see, order count is blank, but the column is still there, right? There are other ways you can minimize, shrink the columns, and all that fun stuff, but there is a better way to solve for this. So I'm gonna remove this calculation. I did it here so that we have it everything the way it is. So the one way is, I created another calculation group and called it a selective metric, and under that actually I have three calculation items. They're returning the each measure: sales, quantity, and order count. Let's take a look at those ones. So under selective matrix, we have a three calculation items: sales, quantity, and order count, and they are returning respective measure. And not doing anything, sales is returning sales measure, order is quantity is returning quantity measure, and I've shown this in many videos as well. So what we can do with this is, I'm going to jump onto the second page now. What I have is a similarly period on the month, of course, on an x-axis, period on the top, which is coming from calculation group called time intelligence, and then I have a selective metric, the new time intelligence, or KPI, whatever you want to call it, as a second level in the hierarchy. And any measure I can use on this on my values. It could be a blank measure, does not matter, because our selective matrix does force which measure to return. So sales is a sales calculation item is returning the sales measure, quantity, and order count. So now everything working fine here. It's a similar result what we have here in the first page. Here we are using three measures on the value section. Here we are using one measure on the value section. It could be any measure, but our period and selective matrix, the second calculation group which I used, is giving us the three different measures because we have three different items in that calculation group. And I just put through some of the use that as a slicer. Like I really want to see sales only, I can do that, and fun stuff. Again, this is standard stuff and been explained in many of my videos. Now, going back to the question, so we want to hide the orders count as our in this particular case. So one way is in my order count calculation item under select a measure, I have already unchecked it. It's the same logic what we did within the measure. We are saying if the selected value in the time intelligence periods, again that's a calculation item, the calculation group time intelligence, and the column is called period in there, is not equal to QTD, then return the order count measure, otherwise return blank, right? So if I apply these changes, what happens is, as you can see, we have a sales quantity and order count for NTD, but we have only sales and quantity for QTD now. The actually order count column completely disappears, so we don't have to do any dance around, minimize the column width and all that fun stuff. So this works perfectly fine. So this is a good solution, one way of doing this. The other way is, if I have unchecked this, other way is I go back to my time intelligence calculation item, and in QTD I can put the logic there. Okay, wherever we are using the QTD, and again this is how I will do it. So if my selected measure is not an order count, then apply the QTD logic, otherwise don't apply the QTD logic. So basically what I'm saying is, whenever we are using QTD in our visual from our time intelligence calculation group, it's going to check if the measure used on the visual is an order count, then return the blank value, otherwise any other measure, apply the QTD logic, right? So now if we do this here, and we have the same result, right? Now we have a sales and quantity, it's working perfectly fine, and now we have a sales quantity and order count. So in case of QTD, it disappeared. So now I showed you two ways to solve it, right? Either you put this logic in the QTD in time intelligence period, or where you have a matrix calculation groups in the orders count, you have that logic, right? So one way or another, you can pick and choose what you want. Both gets the same result. There is one caveat when you're using this logic on calculation on the period calculation group or time intelligence calculation group, right? So if we're using on the QTD and we have this logic here, again the result is perfectly fine, but there is one caveat here. So what caveat is, again, if you don't know, in calculation groups, precedence is really critical and very important. Do check out other videos. I have one video on precedence, why and how you use it. And I actually recently got an amazing comment on my precedent video, and they said it's very unfortunate that there's a very little views on that video, but it was the viewer mentioned that it got such a great value and good explanation. So do check out that video. But again, you don't need to check my video. There are search on Google precedence. There's tons of discussions around that. But in this particular case, why the precedence is important? So look at this: that time intelligence precedence right now is given as 10, and selective matrix is 20. So that's the precedence how it's been set, and everything working fine. But let's see if I change its precedence to 5, and now I apply the changes, which is lower than the time intelligence, the order counts show up, right? Because now it is not hidden. We did not change the logic. Everything is still the same, but now it shows up. But if I go, my time intelligence again precedence is 10, and if I make it 30, higher number than what is on the time intelligence, and apply the changes, and my order count, as you can see, disappears. But if I make the precedence to 5 and apply the changes, and that column shows up. So precedence is very important when you're working with calculation groups, and this is one of the example I shown here, why it is critical. So do check out other videos. I'm not gonna explain precedence over here. And so given the challenge with the precedence, and what I would rather not to deal with that, I will uncheck it here, not to apply that logic in my QTD calculation item. Under my time intelligence, I will go back to my my orders count measure, and this is where I will say, okay, whenever I'm using the QTD from my calculation groups called time intelligence, and then you don't return any value, otherwise you return value. So this is safe. Like if you're using this measure from any other purposes in any other ways, not using time intelligence calculation group, it would still work. So if I apply that, so now we have everything working, and it has nothing to do with the precedence at this point of time. I can have anyway the precedence, so it would not have any effect, because what it is doing is it's looking at the selector value, it's looking in the context. So every time it sees there's a QTD, and it automatically gives the blank value for the order count for this particular calculation item, and that's why it is working. Well, I hope you find this video useful. Again, there's tons of videos I did on calculation groups, and make sure to subscribe my channel, hit the bell icon, and leave your comments. And there is another way of solving this as well. I will leave that up to you guys, and leave the comments and tell me what you think is another way to solve it. Looking forward to hear back from you. Until next video, have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. Cheers.